show them this.
Captain, I don't see the problem.
But it's got the thing and the thing and the... Oh, okay, just show them. The deep ocean, as my grandfather Jacques Cousteau probably said, is dark and full of mysteries. None more important to us humans than how we went from this to this. This is the acorn worm. They have no eyes, no brain, no sense organs, and subsist mostly on a diet of, well, dirt. They're also the link between vertebrates and invertebrates.
Approximately 70% of our genes trace their ancestry back to the acorn worm.
Fascinating. This phallus-shaped worm was discovered in the Burgess Shale in Canada's Yoho National Park almost 100 years ago. The fossil went unnoticed until... Hold on. Jean-Bernard, how's it hanging?
Bonsoir, Philippe. All is well, thank you.
How'd you find that worm again?
I was at the Smithsonian, DC, taking a closer look at their worm fossil collection from the Burgess Shale. And using modern technology, I managed to find that some of these worms belong to a group called the acorn worm. And I said, oh my gosh, this worm really connects a lot of evolution dots and has remained almost unchanged for more than 500 million years.
Mon Dieu, 500 million years! C'est incroyable!
We think that at some point, the acorn worm abandoned their habitat and opted instead to dig into the sediment and eat mud.
Mud, eh? Thanks, Jean-Bernard. The acorn worm, the missing link between vertebrates and invertebrates, without which we might all still be eating dirt. Give it a try. I hear it builds the immune system. Captain's log. We find ourselves in the Aegean Sea, near Greece's Fornai archipelago, an underwater archaeologist's dream come true. I imagine our predecessors, ancient seafarers with an unparalleled and profound sense of adventure, who...
You're doing it again, love.
Oh, sorry. We're here, about 12 miles from the coast of Greece, where a group of scientists uncovered 22 different shipwrecks late last year, all in an area of only 17 square miles.
That's smaller than the island of Manhattan.
Speaking of Manhattans, next time, Brian, easy on the bitters. Incredible. Some of these ships date back over 2,500 years. And while most of the vessels are unrecognizable after 25 centuries of oceanic decay, these underwater archaeologists found some pretty incredible artifacts. Oh, thank you. Much better on the bitters, Brian. Now, what do you think? Should we call Peter? Peter, how goes it? Find any ancient artifacts yet today?
Hello, Philippe. We actually came across another 23 shipwrecks in the Fornai archipelago in July 2016.
No ship.
Hardly. 45 ships. In fact, over the course of these explorations, we found pots and ceramics that haven't been found on shipwrecks before. These islands were an important navigational channel with a large volume of ship traffic in every time period.
And these ships, were they fully loaded?
Yes, you could say that.
Thanks very much, Peter. You heard the man? No time to waste. There must be more priceless antiquities around here somewhere. Oceanauts, engage. Where is it?
I put it over there.
By the couch?
Yeah.
An electric eel. Magnificent.
Our submarine is docked here, in the Amazon River.
We could have gone to the Orinoco River, but our dear Desiree wouldn't fit. This is the only other place in the world to find electric eels.
Exactement, chérie. Electric eels are quite the peculiar species. They're like aquatic batteries. The majority of their body is made up of organs that produce electricity.
Listen, you can hear it.
They're also obligate air breathers, which means they must surface every 10 minutes or so to breathe above water. Scientists at Vanderbilt University, hold on. Let's get Kenneth on the line. Bonjour, Kenneth. So I hear your team has some interesting findings, eh?
Yeah, we discovered something really remarkable. So when you threaten or corner an electric eel, it can leap out of the water and put its chin onto you so that the current is sent straight through your body and back down to the water, giving maximal shock.
How? Shocking. Now, how do these eels generate all that electricity?
Well, they have modified muscles that in the course of evolution are now just used to generate electricity, and they line these up in series to generate high voltages and create a very powerful shock.
Thanks, Kenneth, and say hi to the missus for me, okay? These eels might be dangerous, but once they shock their prey, they need time to recharge. So you probably won't get shocked.
Are we safe? There's no cover on the tank.
Yeah, sure. Like my grandfather Jacques Cousteau used to say, the impossible missions are the only ones that succeed. And before humankind had explored the moon, my family set out to explore the sea. That's why they launched the Continental Shelf Initiative, a series of underwater research laboratories, the likes of which the world had never seen. In 1960, my grandfather, joined by my father, Philippe Sr., set out to build an underwater research station for their growing team of oceanauts. They were kind of like you guys. 2 years later, Conshelf was dropped at a depth of about 30 feet off the coast of Marseille. A yellow steel cylinder, 16 feet long and 8 feet in diameter, it served as a home and lab for its 2 inhabitants for a week. A short time later, Conshelf 2 was dropped onto a reef in the Red Sea, where we find ourselves today. Not only was Conshelf a research platform for marine scientists,
it was also a human experiment to test the effects of isolation and sun deprivation.
6 oceanauts spent a month living at depths of up to 82 feet. Nowadays, Conshelf 2, covered in coral and algae, is teeming with lionfish, clownfish, and beautiful anemones. The experiment proved that explorers can live underwater for protracted periods of time, but that the lack of sunlight made them a little bit loopy.
How long have we been down here?
I've lost track. I guess you could say these submarines are better suited for animals than people.
We are people, right?